Hello, good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let me get everything situated. Yes. We're going to be talking about soulmates within the Akashi Records doorway, within the womb. What is a soulmate? Hey, what is a soulmate? A soulmate, for me, what I experienced so far is when two souls join together as one. It's an opportunity for your soul and the person's soul that you're connecting with to be reborn again. It's like, remember that game that we used to play younger when you had to um, have your leg tied with the other person's leg to run a race rather than run it by yourself? It has that same sensation where if you try to run yourself, you might be dragging your partner. If they try to run in front of you, they might drag you. It's like getting that opportunity to figure out how to both intuitively know what rhythm works for both of you guys as you run together to win the race. In our situation is how we're going to reconnect with our soulmate to not just win the race, but to rediscover what our soul expression in a physical form can become. A lot of times we don't really discuss our soul. So when we hear the term soulmate or twin flame, it gives us an intrigue of what that could be and how that is demonstrated in our own personal life. So I'm thinking, yesterday when we had the reading, right? We were discussing about reconnecting with our partners. Why haven't we reconciled with our partners? Hey, Miss Moon. Remember we were talking yesterday, well, we had a reading yesterday. Good evening, guys. About reconnecting with our soulmate or with our partner. Um, and we all came to the conclusion that our partners is our soulmate. So I guess the intrigue would be, how did we know that the person that we met right now in our lives is our soulmate? What sensation did we get to confirm that? For me, when I met my soulmate and talked to him, and he talked to me, I just felt this overwhelming tidal wave of emotions. And it was giving me a picture of how I known this person and how he known me in our past lives. And even in our present, the conversations that the topics we were having about legacies, about building, about family structures, about spirituality, about the dark side of ourselves, had me to see that, wow, the things that this man was saying was how I felt within my soul. I just didn't know how to tell it outside to someone. And so I met him. I wonder, did that happen to you guys when y'all met your soulmate? Did they bring out something within you that only you shared with yourself, or that you try to share with a past lovers, with boyfriends and girlfriends that we had before we met the partners that we want to reconnect with in the now? So I'm going to, what do you think we should do? Pull out a past life card? What do you think a soulmate is, Miss Red Moon? I'm sorry. What do you think a soulmate is, Red Moon? Because earlier I said when two souls connect and they feel as if they join together as one. They don't feel that soul is different from their own. How do you feel a soulmate is, Red Moon? Yes, someone similar to you. It's like a mirror image, right? And we can't shake someone that's similar to us because they pretty much have traits just like us. Yeah. So yesterday, some were experiencing third party situations or um, abandonment or not having that person communicate. And how did that make us feel? Um, my experience at first, I was a little disappointed just because I felt because of our age, I'm 34, that we would not be afraid to communicate even when we're uncertain, right? And then I had to laugh and tap into my feminine side and say, well, when I'm excited or nervous about somebody, do I really go towards them first? Nah, I kind of fill them out like the water. I use my water sign, which is Scorpio. Hey, Miss Donna, I got red moon and Donna in the doorway, christening our hearts, tapping into our souls. Let me read what's up. Hey, Donna. Okay, so I'm gonna do the past life first and do an action after it. Okay. So Red Moon, when you meet that person, they're gonna have similar tastes like you. Uh, and the way we will find those things out is by placing. We probably placed our partners or the person that you're gonna meet. Red Moon is going to be an environment in your environment. That's how you're going to meet, is through your environment. Or you're going to go to a place where connects to your soul, and that's where you meet your soulmate because they will most likely have that same similar interest. So they would be going to the same event that you're going into. Why they go there? That's for you, your two souls to connect to find that out. Let me read what's going on. Let me see what's up. Yes, Red Moon. Yes, Donna. If y'all here, press the like. Y'all know what's up. Press the like. And it's funny it's interesting you said South Korea, Red Moon, because um, I had to pull out cards for myself. I always do a reading for myself before I do a reading for you guys to get a blueprint or a blueprint of how the reading can possibly navigate towards, even when it comes to myself. And we were earlier. I said to find out to get a free natal chart, like Google and get your free natal chart, and see where your. Let me see what it was that we were writing earlier. Where our 8th house, our 12th house, and our 5th house is. So let me do past life. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother. Woo, woo. Okay. 3 wanted to come out. Trinity. Okay. 3 wanted to come out. Let's see. Because our past life would tell us how we connected with our soulmates in our past and how we most possibly could reconnect with our soulmate in the now. So let's see. What? I didn't pull out past lives on myself, and good thing I didn't. I at least can share this with you guys. I had a vision of this ship. We were talking about this in the last reading, but we didn't pull out the past life cards. Red Moon, Donna, how we met our soulmate was through the ships. When I'm looking at this card, it makes me think of many scenarios, but I'm going to go brick by brick with this one. The first one that popped up into my mind's eye, my third eye, was how we met our partners. Was either they were merchants, they had to trade goods, to other foreign lands, resources that other communities desperately would need, how we met our partners in the past that connects to the present is the goods that they were selling, the lands that they met us at, they had to be on the ship to travel to our lands to meet with us. So they had to be head merchants or tradesmen, like very advisory tradesmen. Some were artists, craftsmen. Some were people that brew wine, bought olive oil, herbs and spices to the communities in which we lived in. So, what other things come into mind is it's steady. The water is steady. So when they traveled to us, they had a vision in their mind for a new sensation, a new feeling. That's probably why they got on the boat to experience that. This looks like a boat that was just made. And when something is just made to go over a body of water, it can be scary. Did they know how to swim? Did they have safeguards or knew how to survive on water? These are things they most likely have learned through us when they met us on land. We had to be around communities that were around bodies of water, like the Nile River, India, Asia, the Caribbean islands. Every place that had water ports, that's something I would be researching to see how that could relate to the now. How that could relate to the now, that is a good question. Whatever you are doing that you love as a trade or for business, that's where we will meet, or that's how we will have that reconnection with our soulmate. Our soulmate matches with our desire to travel. Hey, Donna, let me see what's going on. Let me see what's up. Yeah, I want to go to Korea as well. Asia, yeah, Thailand, Taiwan. I've been thinking about immensely. China, yes. Yes, fears of storms would make sense. Um, that's why I was feeling like since the water is calm on this moment, when they met us, that was a good omen for them. That meant that even though they might feel like any water can be turbulent and can go wrong, meaning when we have a boat, we first want to learn how to use a boat. So our partners had to learn how to be more grounded in repetition, how to build the oars, how to thread the fabric together, how to each flap tells you where the winds can possibly go to shift the direction of the boat. This took patience and intuition, took math, it took them looking at the waters, which is really tapping into the feminine energy. So the masculine energies in this time period knew about the feminine energies. They knew that the masculine, which is the drive, and the feminine, which is the waters and the motions of the water and of the reflection of the moon to help navigate any ship. Some of our partners were even captains of a boat. So we were wondering why we might have power struggles with our partners, or why we don't see them, or why we haven't reconnect with them. Could it be that even in the present, They have career goals just like ours that require them to travel sometimes, require them to have a steady harbor of intuition and individuality to prepare for the sale. That's something that when we met them in the past, we had to learn. Let me see what's going on, guys. Red Moon says, let's see. I feel like I'm not supposed to be where I am. Okay. Is that where you feel like you, is it through work, emotionally, and love? Red Moon? Okay, going to stop the pain in my mind, and then I cried. So if you cried, do you have any places, Google places that have Asian culture in your community to get you prepared for that? Go to tour guides. They have a tour guides or travel buses, um, travel agencies in every community. Just walk up in there and ask for a brochure in the region of where you want to travel. Talk to a booking agent about how to finance going to Asia, uh, and how to prepare for that. That could be a good New Year's trip. If you starting now, or starting since you already thought it in your mind's eye and it's of your as above so below, it's in your halo of thought, then intuitively go towards it. When we cry, it's because we know our soul is connected to that place. And once we go to those places or get experienced or get influenced by that place, that's when we know why we are connected to our soulmate emotionally. Ah, this was another one that came up in my mind's eye. Some how we met our partners or how our partners met us. Some were prosecuted, persecution, and inquisition. Some were accused. Again, in order to make a ship, you had to know math, you had to know about the waters, the feminine energies, you had to know about the stars, how to use a compass, like early stages of a clock. How do you even make a compass to guide you so you and the people on the voyage will be safe and not be lost in a body of water? When when it's people like that in a community, they have high power and high influence. And sometimes when people have high influence, thank you, that sometimes stirs up jealousy and envy within people around them. And what could happen, have y'all ever heard of the book Monte Cristo? This is a perfect example of what I was feeling in my mind's eye. Have you ever heard of a story of Monte Cristo? Donna, Red Moon? Do you go to school, Red Moon? Are you in school right now? Because if you're in school right now, what you can do is you can use that to your advantage. A lot of schools, the Count of Monte, Monte, Cristo, Cristo. It made me think of whoever, I forgot who wrote the book. Whoever wrote the book, I felt like they were decoding like another way to revamp. Crisco makes me think of Christ, Christy. I don't know if that's in Latin. I gotta find that out. You doing your second career? Ah, Donna, French. Oh, okay. Is that's French? Okay. See, I gotta get up on my language. I gotta get up on my language. That's even better. Okay, so if y'all heard of the story of Monte Cristo, it was about a young man. Father was a great captain. Like he was a captain of a ship. And he was well known around not only his community, but in other countries. Even other governors knew about him. So his son was next in line to become the sole heir of the ship. Now, the issue was that his friends envied that he was not only going to be the heir of the ship and become a captain, but he was actually a really good captain. Like, he had the making of a really good captain, and physically, he was showing that he had the support of his father's comrades, which was his family growing up. And that would have gave him a status of power that when he met the woman of his dreams, they would marry, and she was all about adventure. She was all about taking that next journey with him. Their soul was connected. It reminded me of a soulmate. Now, the twist of this story was his friends were so envious that they plotted against him in such a way that they persecuted him. They accused him of treason, and it wasn't just any type. It was something that connected to the governor or connected to controversy in history. Like, even in history books, you know this. So if someone is persecuted or accused of something, you don't have to be accused and it be true. This the person that putting it out there in the ethers and having other people gobble that information up and spit it out in their own image can create a diversion where they arrested Monte Cristo and put him in a prison far away for like 10 plus years. Like the Odyssey. Again, the ship, Iliad, Odyssey. When he got there, he met an old man that told him about a treasure on an island. And it sounds like a myth the way this man described it, but Monte Cristo knew better. He started to realize that he was naive in looking at his circumstances, meaning when we look at ourselves and our souls, we forget that our soul is connected to our physical body. It's playing out a role with us. It's not just our mind and our body and us speaking it, where our soul is in line with us to sail and to physically show what we aspire to be and to become. When we are doing that on a regular basis, we don't know that we have an audience. We don't know the emotions of people around us. So, just like the book, he had to realize when he was in prison that sometimes things that you outwardly have, other people might want. And if you're not careful, even the reason why his friend, a particular friend, and a group of friends plotted on him is because one of the friends wanted to marry Monte's Cristo's girlfriend, the one, his fiance. And everybody knows you can't approach somebody that is already taken, especially when they were courted, especially from a high regard captain, well-known captain, about to be captain. So when he was in jail, that's when he married her. Now, don't get it twisted. Her love for him was so deep that she waited many years for him. Just like Monty, she felt like, I love him and he loves me. What happened? Why are we not connected? And for her to wait so long, that meant that she had to relearn or rediscover more about herself and how who she is as a loving person and as a female can also stir the emotions of men in their pursuits. Some men will directly tell you how they feel, and some will hide it and find a way. The partner that we had, or that we have even in the now, were prosecuted. Even we were prosecuted and probably was sent on ships to be sent to another land. We have natural abilities and talents that helped so many people that, of course, when you are helping so many people and another doesn't know how to do that yet, they will find a way to try to kick you out. Let me read what's going on. Let me see what Down is saying. Coastal place in southern France. Yes, famous story with regard to the Count of Monte Cristo. And it's funny because my daughter's name is Crystal with a K. Not sure of spelling the story, although I've passed through the place. You passed through the place? How is it, Donna? I definitely would like to go there. Yeah, I got to get a passport. This is another thing. Maybe our partners, just like in our past lives, are telling us that we're going to end up traveling with them. Even the things that we love to do also requires us to travel. That's why our soulmate has that in common with us. They might have felt persecuted in the past life. In the present, they might still feel persecuted because they have talents and abilities that they too are trying to come out with as well. So if we were wondering why our soulmate hasn't contacted us, could it possibly be that they're also being ready to prepare themselves spiritually and physically the way we are in the now? Because the things that we have to offer to make our world or our lives peaceful, have stability and inner peace, is by realizing that we love to travel. We have Metro cards. If we have Metro cards, we could get the Amtrak. If we can't get the Amtrak, we got to start getting passports, guys. Because our dreams and our visions are telling us to sail. Because if we don't, we will feel persecuted. We will feel like we're stopping ourselves from meeting our soulmate. Because our soulmate, just like us, travels. And if we stop ourselves from traveling and from using our talents, then it's possible that we might not reconnect with them quite yet. Why do I get this feeling in November we will? I think in November, Thanksgiving, that's when everybody's traveling, trying to reconnect with family as well. Let me read what's going on. Red Moon says it is possible to know something about our soulmate. Is it possible to know something about our soulmate? Maybe personality, appearance, or what he does? Well, this is the third card to explain that. This is why we have the ships. A high priest or high priest or priestess. They, just like us, are very spiritually in tune. They know about the medicine. They know how to heal people and themselves. They know how to use creativity to become abundant. They know how to use the arts to bring in not just income, but to bring in a healthy lifestyle for not just them, but for their partner. They're very intuitive. They have a heightened psychic ability. And well, I'm getting this very strongly. The reason why they stop is because we're stopping. We got to ask ourselves, why did we stop reconnecting with them? I don't feel like it was about getting one up on another or proving that we have more restraint in our calling to show that we're not thirsty. I don't think that's that. I feel that we innately know, our soul knows that we want to bring out that high priest and high priestess side of ourselves even more. Hey, Mr. Elliott, what's going on? Let me read what's up. You've been having vivid dreams too of traveling. Is this saying maybe that's where you'll meet your soulmate? Yes, I was just mentioning that to Red Moon, Donna, the viewers, subscribers that's watching right now. If you've been having dreams, I've been also having dreams for 6 months now about travels to Africa, travels to Nigeria, travel to Kenya and to Ghana, and travel to Asia. And the last place I kept looking, the doorway that is of the YouTube channel of Kiki's Doorway, I think that's in Turkey or Morocco. I feel of going there somewhere of a Greenland to connect to the Celtic connection. Hello, yeah. Get your passport. Get your passport. If you got Metro card, you got a Metro card. You got an Amtrak, you got to get a ticket. I was explaining earlier, if you had vivid dreams of places you want to travel, I'm going to be doing this too, guys. I'm going to go to a travel agency to see how much will it cost to travel to that particular place that I was mentioning. How much what kind of package deal can I get when going to that destination? And by having a travel agent, they could be that counselor or that advisor every step of the way to keep us on track so we don't procrastinate or falter, because from connecting, we're going to meet our soulmate. From us making those steps, like going to travel agency, Googling the places that we were dreaming of, writing down how much it will cost, seeing what kind of hotel packages they have or what kind of retreats they have in that place. So not only will we be there, but we will feel safe in a different environment. This is going to translate over to our partners spiritually. They're going to intuitively start thinking what we are physically doing. So this is another reason why we haven't reconnected with our soulmates yet, because they're sensing too that they have to travel. The places that we want to travel, they want to travel too. So when we reconnect with them, the things that we want to do, they will start agreeing too. And you're like, wait, are you just agreeing because you want to be nice because we're reconnecting? And they go like, no, I've been dreaming that. I've been visualizing that for so long. I never had someone that outwardly said it. So let me read what everybody's saying. I had a dream where I was skating. It took my attention. Also, I had dreams about traveling to many places. Again, everybody, including myself, are getting that travel card. Yes, Donna, beautiful. They have car races down the steep, winding roads. I'm sorry. Also, places been in movie. Really? Yeah, I'm going to be traveling there. Uh, yeah, I gotta travel there. Especially since I mentioned the book. Why not travel there? Even the books that we have read. If books that resonate with you of travels, now is the time to start researching why also are you thinking about that particular place. I know for me, the reason why I thought of Africa and Nigeria before I even met my partner, and this is interesting, some of us had met our soulmates when we were children or when we were teenagers. Um, it was a young man named Krishna that was on at the doorway with us one time. His name alone, whenever you get a chance, check out Kiki's Doorway Krishna story. It will tell you about how two people have traveled and how their soul connected. It matches with what we're going through now. I'm also going to put Monte Cristo scenes on the movie Kiki's Doorway movie references as well, to give us a view of why, even reference to traveling, why traveling, when we see traveling in our dreams, why it's so important. Oh, thank you, Donna, for that information. So let's see. What else do our soulmate wants us to know, how we connected to them? Because if they are high priest and high priestess, we also are high priest and high priestess. Remember, two of the same coin. They're similar to us. So if they're the high priest or high priestess, we too are the high priest and high priestess. So let's see what our past life, when it comes to our soulmate, how did we meet our soulmate? Red Moon, let me see what Red Moon says. Can I ask a question? Sure. You might travel soon, not to South Korea, but I have a feeling about this trip. So ask away. I think Peter Sellers in the movie. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I think Peter Sellers is in that movie. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure to put that down there. I have my pen. He said make sure I have my pen out. Peter Sellers. Peter. Let me hold up. Sellers. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put that. Do you want that as a past life card or angel card? Red Moon. Do you want that question in the past life or an angel card? And it's funny because at the bottom of the deck, look what's at the bottom of the deck, guys. Celtic. combining the elements with faith. This looked like an actual key. It looks like this symbol of Christianity as well. Combining two religions together as one. Spiritual and religion together as one. Spiritual and religion. So our partner is very spiritual and religious at the same time. And that is wonderful because those two can coexist. Again, look at that. Transportation. So we're going to be reconnecting with our partners soon. They're going to be traveling to us most likely in the month of November or the end of October, going into November. So I'm going to pull the angel card, okay? Native American. They also shamans. They know about that sage, that smoke, that cannabis. Okay. They know about herbal teas. That sake. Okay. Angel card. I'm going to do it right now. It seems so. You got the Queen of Earth. Thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Mexico has green areas. Makes me think of, if there's an event that's going to happen, like a festival. Yeah, if it's a festival that is going where you're heading to, Red Moon, go to it. If it's an event, or this makes me think of a pot stew. Restaurant, spices, restaurant. If you're thinking of going to a restaurant while there, just go. You'll meet your soulmate there. They'll be the Queen of Earth, which to me makes me think of course, that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I'm getting like a Capricorn feel, a Capricorn. They're going to be very grounded. When you meet this person, they're going to be very grounded. They're going to have a warm approach in how they meet you. And they're going to have like earth tone colors on. Very rich in color. And they're going to give this, it's going to feel like a very alluring emotion when both you guys meet. Why do I make time for those around you? Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. When it comes to how... and you're going to a concert. Wow, and that would explain the coins, because you need to pay to get in. But it's either this person, you're going to meet them at the concert. Either they're going to be out in the crowd with you, or they're going to be a part of the crew itself, like a part of the backstage crew, or a member of it, of the concert where you're going. They're going to be associated with the artist that is going to be performing. Why do I get this? Like, and they're great at manifesting too. That's why I kept getting that Capricorn or Taurus. Taurus definitely. So you might come across a Taurus or a Capricorn, and they might know either the place that you're going to, like the hall or the building in which the concert is going to be held in. They might be the person that is going to be operating that event or is employed to that event, person that you probably get the tickets to. You might connect with, might do an eye contact, and from that moment you'll feel like a zap sensation. Or when you touch hands to give the ticket, you'll feel a sensation, like a tingling sensation, or like a bolt coursing through you. That's where you'll know this could be my soulmate. Why? Because that person will probably get that same sensation to want to come to you and communicate with you. Let me see what's going on, guys. Hey, Elliot. Let me see what's up. Ah, Johannesburg, Malaysia. Ah. Oh, then come on, Elliot. Start planning. Start booking. We could start booking this for New Year's. We could all start traveling for New Year's. Could it be that when we make those traveling plans, we might have our partners before we even go to the trip, or we might meet our partners at the trip while we're there, or they'll be right on alongside us taking that trip. They were just waiting to make sure we had the tickets. Hold on, let me read. Let me read. Red moon, okay. Ah, see, mind's eye. Your energy. Okay, so if y'all met before, that's most likely your soulmate. Especially because of where you're meeting at is most likely significant to you and significant to your partner. Y'all be able to talk about it and see how y'all thoughts are very in sync, and how both of y'all creativity and sensible approach is exactly what both of y'all were looking for in a partner, in a friend, in a lover, in a husband, in a wife. Let me see what's going on. A wave. Yeah, that wave of emotions, baby. That tsunami. That tsunami. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so since we got the action card out, so did that help you, Red Moon? Because you're going to meet them there. I wouldn't be surprised, because that would explain why you have to travel. Why you can't miss this opportunity. Go to the concert. Even if you got to ask a friend, family member, and help you picture, pushing you to go, please do that. Okay, Red Moon? All right. So let me pull out some action cards. Let me read. Let me read what's up. I was so far from seeing me, but then it's as if someone pushed me. Uh-huh. Yep, you feel so close. Wow. See, and that would explain why you want to go to Korea. So get that ticket. If you have a passport, make sure it's updated. Make sure you got all that done. Get a travel agent, because a travel agent for us will actually make us know that we're really serious about this. And it makes us feel safe in knowing it's another person that knows why we want to travel. So when we feel like, oh, did I make the right choice? That's when the agent could remind us, like, remember when you came in, this is the story you told me, and this is what you was feeling like. And then it's like, oh, yes, okay, yeah, let me continue. Yeah, so let me get them action cards out. Our partners are very financially equipped. So that means that we also are going to be building our finances up as well. In order for us to travel, that means that our partners are into their finance. They know how to stay flexible. So if they're like that, then that means that we're truly like that. Now is the time to practice that for the last 2 weeks going into November. Like, what is your way of showing your independence, or yeah, your independence through your finance, or through your career path, or through your life purpose? So let's see. What way that we meet our soulmates. Whew! God, our soulmates are not playing. Our soulmates are. If the reason why we not around them is because the force is strong in them. They are getting prepared for us. How they getting prepared? We're gonna see right now. Ancestors, known and unknown, our spirit guides, they're here. It's strong. Our soulmates have the will of a lion. They have a soul that is still shaping like we are, and a heart loves to travel. And just like any traveler, do we want to travel alone all the time? No, we want a partner that wants to travel with us. So if we're thinking about traveling, we have to start pulling in those plans to go after those travels, because if we want to travel, that means we got to make sure our finances in order, and whoever is going to be working with us in that travel can help with that. And that's going to make us really relook at how we look at finances. Capricorns in the fire in the house of Capricorn. They're very well balanced. They're very much a boss. So, boss, Mr. Boss, Miss Boss, our soulmates are very driven. They're very passionate and central. They know how to tap into our central needs and what makes us feel safe. They know that we also have a certain level of financial security that they're willing to provide. Again, the wings to travel. So they don't mind getting the resources through traveling in the community or miles away or a borough away or even to a next country if need be, or international. They definitely see partnership. They're looking for a partner. They're looking for a solid partner. Someone that is passionate, someone that can travel with them, someone that at times can adapt to change, but before the change, how to communicate to each other in that regard, how to set up assets and checkings and savings for the family, or for building a solid foundation, a home, family life, children, leaving a legacy, um, helping building up finances is another trait that they have, our soulmate has. Too much work. So I think that's why we had that transportation. They send me your location, and yeah, they're going to be traveling towards us, or thinking about traveling towards us within the next week or two, going into November. It might be for, just to meet up with us and truly talk. When they do that, this is where the shift and talking about our travels, what we really want to do, even if we don't see them for a minute, is very important. Why is it important? Because they too are the dreamer. They want to travel. They want to show who they are, their soul. Yeah, this is a soulmate reading for sure. They are a dreamer. They dream of traveling too. They dream of taking that leap of faith with us and following their dreams alongside us, because they know their dreams is also our dreams. And those unexpected opportunities, again, when it comes to the ships, to the traveling, would be great to set a tone to what kind of partnership and soul connection we really want to have. Two of Earth. They're going to be more, they're coming in, when they come to talk to us, they're going to be showing their groundingness. When it comes, if you hear about, like if we conversate about finances, don't get alarmed. It's not to see if you have finances up to par right now. It's to see where do you want to take your finances, because how they want to travel with us also connects to business ventures too. So if you were thinking of, when you travel, if you had any ideas of making a business, or any ideas of how you would want to partner up or connect with your partner, whether it be through family, through business, you will have that opportunity with each other to discuss that. So too much going on at once. Both of us, both you and our partners, have too much going on. So this is why, if we haven't heard from our soulmate, it is because, like us, they're doing the spiritual work, they're doing the financial work, they're doing the physical work, they're releasing any mental blockages that they might have had. So when they come to us, they're coming to us like an ace of earth, with that opportunity to really have a grounded start with us. Even though it's two of earth, I don't see the second coin in her hand. I don't see our soulmate pondering should they or shouldn't they when it comes to reconnecting with us, or when it comes to building with us. Now they know that they want to build with us, and they know in what way they want to build with us. Now the question is how we're going to move together in that pursuit when they talk to us about it. So let's see how we communicated to our soulmates in the past life that can help us in the present. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Elliot. Let's see what Elliot's saying. Okay, this is a confirmation. Yes. In the same boat. See, we all are finishing up a cycle. So can we really blame our soulmate for not wanting to interfere with that? If if our soulmate truly loves us, this is their way of showing us how much they love us, by truly giving us that space. And we don't get this energy of feeling regret or feeling disappointment. We actually get this energy of okayness, like it's okay to keep going, like like as if we have an extra battery next to us. That battery could be our soulmate soul giving us that extra boost because they're going through it too. Let me read what Red Moon is saying as well. Yes, see, even in our childhood, we had a vision of how we was going to meet our soulmate. And how we thought of meeting our soulmate actually does match to how we meet our soulmate in the present. How I felt I met my soulmate when I was a child, I thought of my soulmate as a teddy bear, like really warm and sensitive. But then I had a knight, because I'm a tomboy too, so I like action heroes and knights at the round table, and gladiating, and it, the the adventure, you know. And had a knight next to the teddy bear, and then I didn't see myself as a damsel in distress, but then again I did. So having a knight that see me as an equal, but also see me as someone to rescue too, was so funny. And I was like, okay, whatever. Now fast forwarding, when I met my soulmate, I met him as a teenager, but I didn't know he was my soulmate. I felt, just because when we connected, he talked in a way I talked. He thought in a way I was thinking. I was like, wow, he gets to say that out loud. I'm a female. I'll be feeling a little off to say that, but he was saying it for me. I'm like, what? And when we were intimate, I'm like, wow, this is different. I felt like I was in the abyss of a water, like gone into a deep well. And I've always thought of a deep well or a well near a house, going to a well and looking down and going into it. But every time I would try to figure out where was the well at, it would show me bits and pieces. And it would show me a tall guy, but at that time I didn't know. I was young. Now fast forward, when I was talking about meeting my soulmate as a teenager, he had that same physical features of my dream, but I wasn't a dream interpreter then. But meeting that person made me really start looking at dreams, numerology, zodiac signs, and everything. So yeah, your soulmate will have a lot of things in common with you that would be freaky to the average person. But when they get to know both of you guys, it's like, no, that makes perfect sense now. So let me see what Red Moon and Elliot is saying. You want someone romantic, like give me flowers, sing songs to me, and also someone who can make me feel safe. Yes, we're going to start having our intentions come out, right? This is the time. From our last reading, we had to write down the 7. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me just look at my notes. The 7 values, core values, right? But no, we had to write down 6 levels of intimacy. 6 levels of intimacy. And when you write them down, it's going to give you a blueprint of what your soulmate will actually be. So, for example, let's see what the past life says about that before I give in. Health. And we're going into the Scorpio season, Scorpio birthday, very soon. They have a mystery about them. Our soulmate has a mystery about them. They know about the unknown. If they're the high priest and high priestess, then they know about the unknown. They know about health in regards to mental health, physical health, sexual health, what it takes to be healthy and happy, for real. And they're going to be bringing that out of us. Or we're going to be really thinking about those things. Like, in order for us to travel, in order for us to be that captain or be those merchants or trades, we had to really relearn or relearn health. How to take care of our gums, how to take care of our intestines, how to take care of our organs, how to reshape our bodies to fit the way we feel, where our mind doesn't disconnect to how we physically look. Our mind is going to start connecting to how we physically look. So we're going to start really practicing ways in which to do that. We started off in meditation. Now we're going to be taking it up a notch. But it depends on us and how we're going to go about doing it. But in regards to our soulmate has these traits. They're very health conscious. They believe in having a healthy sexual appetite. They do believe in marriage and partnership. The phallus. Our soulmate wants us to have sensual sexual satisfaction the way they do. They don't want a one-sided affair. They feel equal. Tying a knot. When it comes to family lineage, they're very sacred about that. Our soulmate wants us to know that they see us as the page in which they can create health. Communal living. This is why when we had to travel, our soulmate is about the community, but we will also recognize that our soulmate has the same interests we have when it comes to communities. Like if it comes to hobbies you're into in your community or places you like to travel and go to, those are most likely the same interests they have, just in a different arena. So communal living, how we live. is another thing, which is connected to health. If you're thinking about, just like myself, redecorating your apartment, house, if you're thinking about moving, this is the perfect time to make a vision board for the next 2 weeks. Um, Looking at images that resonate with you and how you want to decorate your apartment. Looking at ways in how you want your spiritual side to reflect your home as well. They're also in tune with that. That's like, you know how birds, when they're about to court, when the male birds are about to court, they get twigs, objects, things to make a nest, to make that nest, to attract the female to say, oh, he has the right stuff in his nest to make me feel safe in this home. When you think of Eden or having an oasis in your home, how does it really look like? Now is the time to be childlike in that approach. And what colors do you want your walls? Do you like paintings? Do you like sculptures? Do you like plants? What kind of drapery would you like? How would you want to decorate your bathroom, your living room, your kitchen? What kind of fabric of sheets do you want? What kind of scent do you want your home to smell like? These are things that we're going to start really looking at. This also shows a person how you look at yourself and how you look at your vessel. Our home is another interpretation of how we see our bodies. I didn't I didn't think of that until just now. And that would explain the urgency or the concern or discernment to really show that now before reconnecting with a soulmate. Let me see what Red Moon and Elliot is saying. Let me see. The description of being intimate without your soulmate. My hand sweats a lot if I do. Okay. With plants, is the sweat a good one or an anxious one, Elliot? When it comes to intimacy, oh, we're going to be talking about that too. Intimacy is another thing that our soulmate knows about is you can be intimate not just physically, you can also practice intimacy with your partner spiritually. For example, thinking about the person you want to reconnect with, right? And then imagine a place that you would like you and your partner to go. And how would you be intimate? For example, with me, I thought of a home. Like, it looked like we were in the living room. It had a lot of glass windows, so it must have been a house. It was near water, like as if it was near the hill or something of that nature. But we were in the living room, and it was a beautiful chair. And I had music playing, and I wanted him to sit on the chair. And you know the song from Beyonce, Dance When You Oh, Let Me Dance With You. Yeah, I thought about dancing for him. And then how he looked at me, like, we just didn't want to get busy. We wanted the anticipation. We wanted to feel each other's energy and emotions before interacting in that level. This sensation alone made me feel even more connected to his soul. Just because of the stare that he gave me. It's the same stare I would give someone when I'm in tune with them or attracted to them. How I wanted him to touch me. How I wanted him to sit while I was sitting on top of the chair. How I wanted to grind on him slowly and look at him and we giggle and just talk. It's like seeing how we can distract each other before we want to really rip our clothes off. And then I woke up happy. And then it was weird because like a couple of days later, that's when I physically seen him, and he was like, "Yo, I've been dreaming about you in a location." I'm like, "Send me your location and the scars. I will be there." And yeah, we win it. It gets down. So we're going to be talking about that in the next soulmate reading, but we're going to discuss that now. How can souls become intimate without physically being around each other? You know? So let's see how. Wow, we talked about Africa earlier. The ships that they learned how to make stem from Egypt, and I wouldn't be surprised Asia as well, because the egg here makes me think of the. I don't know if it's. I don't think they call it. It's a particular egg, like I don't. It's a. It is a. It's an actual well-known egg. It is yellow. I think they have different colors, but it looks like a big Easter egg, but people pay high money for it. Why am I saying that though? The egg, the yolk of Egypt, the yolk of Asia. Our soulmate also knows us from Egyptian time. In order for them to know how to make ships, they had to be math magicians, they had to be alchemists, they had to know about the waters, geography. They also knew about temperature, forecasting. They knew how to build, so they knew how to draw and sketch. That meant they were very creative. And they made tablets. So they were advisors, councils, high councils. Even the lower ranks were high rank. That's who we're connected to. We're connected to high rank. If they're high rank, then that means we are. In order for them to connect to us, see how Egypt and communal living both require people to help the community cultivate based on their natural resources. So one thing, like the piano, C, E, G, C, G, C. Okay, they have perfect harmony with us when it comes to connecting natural resources to communities. In the community that you live in and abroad. Even when we travel, we're going to have this sensation that we have been here before to the locations that we're going to be traveling physically soon. And it's because our ancestors, known and unknown, want us to know that our bloodline has experienced traveling there. It's just in this lifetime, we're going to have a reason why to go back. It's like having our own pilgrimage, if you may. But this time, we're not going to travel by ourselves. This time, we're going to travel with our partners. If we don't physically travel with our partners, that's where we're going to see our partners face to face. Or know from this travel of what our partners or our soulmate, I should say, what our soulmates truly are to us. Our soulmate is not just a frequent fly-by-mile thing. This is a forever. Souls bound together that have traveled from Egypt to even the lands that you are now. Egypt, Asia, India, Ireland, Switzerland. They have traveled with us. Let's see how they're going to approach us by action. Let me read what's going on. Climbing trees together. Yeah, I love climbing trees. I love hiking. Oh, yes. So let's see. Oh, before we get to the action, remember we were talking about 6 levels of intimacy. After this reading, write down what is your 6th level of intimacy. We're going to be, it's a stage to this, guys. It's a 4-stage to this. We're going to do the first one. 6th level of intimacy. I'm going to show you what I did before we go to the next cards. I had to really think about this. 6 levels of intimacy. I put mentally, revealing ideas, logic, and complex topics, right? Physically, I want my partner to know how does their body look, what does it reveal, right? Are they lean? Are they plump? Are they masculine? Do they have muscles? For me, I like someone that is athletic looking, um, can be well built, healthy proportion. Why? Because that's what I'm inspiring, but you'll see why. Let me continue. Emotionally, how does my soulmate, the person is, how does my soulmate express their emotions? Through their actions? Is it through talking or through silence? Spiritually, I would like my soulmate to have principles, particular type of practices. For example, are they in, do they have practices or principles in Buddha? Do they take principles and practice from Christianity, from Celtics, from pagan? Or do they combine all of spirituality and religion together, which we had earlier? Fifth thing, financially, I would like my soulmate to know about assets, to know about property, ownerships, how to start a small business, and how to balance money. The sixth one, totality of self, meaning I would like my soulmate to have a loving, driven, selfish, humble, indecisive, decisive, competitive, balanced peace within themselves, and how what makes them happy. These six that I wrote, that I believe my soulmate is, just by imagining it, imagining him, this is preparing me to be that way for myself first. So, guys, when you write to sixth level of intimacy, write what you believe your soulmate will have. Write those six things down. When you do, we're going to become that soulmate first. So when we do travel or when we do communicate with them, they will recognize us because we're just like them. But now we're putting more love and effort to love and effort and energy in calling them in or bringing them back to us by first being that soulmate for ourselves. Because the things that we're writing about our soulmate, again, it's the same things that we see in ourselves. But this time, from us physically and visually seeing what we write, we'll know how to take the steps to physically practice these things out. From November, from the rest of October going into November. So, let's see what actions our soulmates actions, soulmates. How are they sensually? How are they sensually? How are they sensually? How are they sensually? Sensually, let's see. Sensuality. Wow, they're excellent. Sensually, they know how to communicate with our bodies. It's going to feel very earthbound. Sensually, they know how to hold our hands. They know how to kiss us. They know how to show dependability. They know how to give us that certain level of patience, which we're seeing now from giving us this space. And they're very successful as well. They know how to communicate. They know how to give a certain amount of action. And they can be very, it can feel very magical when we're physically around them. Like even how they look at us. See how this woman stares? At a moment, you forget that this is a picture. It feels like it is actually real. That's how our soulmate is going to feel like to us. It's going to feel like, is this soulmate really real? Is this really our soulmate? I cannot believe it. I only thought I would see this in a movie or a book or something. No, they are made just for you. All your desires, all the ecstasy, they don't mind exploring who you are essentially with you. And they know how to heal that aspect of ourselves as well. And we know how to heal their aspect of sensuality and sexuality. And they have magic within them. They're very creative. They're very romantic. They can, when we connect with them, they're going to show us their romantic side. They're going to be taking us to places that they feel not only they resonate with, but that we resonate with them as well. Like, for me, I'm very sensual. So if my partner was to reconnect with me, I mentioned to him before when we were just naturally talking, I love botanical gardens. I love gardens. I love stars. Like, I love places with stars. I love places with water. I would not be surprised that when I reconnect, that would be a similar environment that he would probably approach. Same thing with your soulmate. Your soulmate will be coming to you guys in an earthbound manner, meaning they're going to physically come to you. They're going to be physically taking you to a place that they feel your soul and their soul can connect with. Good news about financial matters. This will go back to the shipping, to the transportation. Wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. That new area of study is what our soulmate is embarking on. When it comes to spirituality, sensuality, source. The actions they take is the degree of air. They're going to come across a moment of sadness because, like a messenger is by themselves. And like any messenger that travels by themselves, again, with the shipping and traveling, they don't want to travel, they don't want to carry the burden by themselves anymore. They don't want to carry the next journey in their lives truly by themselves. If they did not think about relationships, now they're thinking about relationships with us. Let me see what everybody's saying in the doorway, guys. Stars and water, yes. So they're going to experience great sadness. They're going to take this time like we're taking the time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. So they're going to be forgiving themselves for how they might have viewed us or how they view even a soulmate. Now they see that a soulmate is not make believe, that a soulmate is actually real. It exists. This is what they're going to communicate with us on. And that they feel regret and they feel very sorry of the cycle and stages that they put us through in finding out if we were the real deal or if we were their soulmate. Right next to Egypt, 9 of water. 9 is the completion, close to completion. They're going to be taking actions on their emotions. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away, a love of life. So our soulmate, once they heal and forgive the things that they had to experience with us in regards to finding out if we're truly their soulmate, they're going to start purifying themselves, um, taking more spiritual baths. They might be into detoxing at this moment. They might be into taking sauna steams. They now have steam spas. That's good for opening up pores and taking out any toxins that was in the body because they want to come to us with a clean slate. And that means in every way. That means their body, they want to be purified for us. Their mind, they want to be fresh. So they're going to start listening to music that soothes them, whether it be the waters, and it goes right back to the ship. So again, they're getting themselves prepared to travel. And before they realize that they want to travel, they're going to have this cycle or this moment of detoxing. a moment of rejuvenation, a moment of rebirth. And in order to do that, they're going to realize that we are their soulmate and that their wish has come true. We are that wish. We are that star in their eyes. And we know that they're a star in our eyes, but they needed to experience that first. And in the house of Sagittarius, which is the ninth house about action and going out, they had to physically go out into the world to realize what is missing, what is right in front of their eyes all along, but didn't recognize it at first. So, how did they recognize that we are their soulmate? And again, sensually and emotionally, sensually, it's a sedative state when we're intimate with them, whether it be through conversations, whether it be body or body contact, whether it be through massaging, whether it be through um, holding hands, anything physical, or talking out our emotions. They're seeing us as their equal in that regard. So this is the last cards. Let's see. What do you want to know about soulmate when it comes to past life that we could recognize in the present? I am listening to for any suggestions. These are the last three cards. Stars and water. Yes. Purification. They're going to be purifying themselves. I was just thinking about detoxing too. So whatever you're thinking about and changing physically, they're also going to be changing physically as well. Let me read what Elliot says. Now we have to go out and see what we are missing, if anything. So, in what way should we go out? What are we missing that we have to claim again? What are we missing? What are we missing that we have to claim in the present? What are we missing? Okay, so make this quick. Again, we got the transportation. See how we seen that earlier, right? What we're missing is we need to start traveling. We could start in our local communities. We could start in different boroughs. We could start in another state over. Whatever you are passionate about, this is the time to travel towards it. I'm into dancing, singing, and writing. And traveling. So, going towards a travel agency, transportation. Going and using my creativity in travels will be the best thing. Right now, use your talent and abilities when it comes to travel. Figure out a way to use your creativity, your creative side, in regards to traveling. When it comes to food and hunger, it's going to satisfy our hunger in regards to what we're truly looking for. When we travel, we'll realize what we're truly missing. We'll get that cue and that signal. Trees goes right back to that Celtic that we seen earlier. Taking a walk now, trails, trees, parks, any place where you can unwind your mind, meditate, visualize for 5-10 minutes is good. Going to other places that have trees where you can sit and just think about your soulmate, think about the 6 levels of intimacy that you would like to write, and that will be how we're going to understand our soulmates better and when it comes to connecting with them. So now for the next 2 weeks, going into November, start traveling to the events that you would like to go to that you're interested in. If you're interested in taking a seminar, now's the time to do it. If you're interested in traveling, now's the time to go to travel agencies in your community to find out the prices. Also look at events that will prepare you. If you want to go to Asia, go to Asian restaurants, go to Asian museums, go to Asian galleries. Talk to that talk to people of that culture in your community. They have many events in your community based on the countries we want to travel. Now's the time to Google and start using the WhatsApp or Meeting Up app, whatever it takes to go to these places that influence our dreams. Okay? All right, guys. I enjoyed the reading. I hope you did as well. I hope it gave us a little bit more of an insight of our soulmate and the journey that we have to take as well. So now we have to transport. We have to start traveling. Okay? I'm going to do another soulmate tomorrow night. Okay? Around this time. I love you guys. Donna, Elliot, Mr. Virgo. Yes, Virgo 35, number 8, Scorpio. Oh yeah, you know about the unknown. You're about to meet your partner. They know about it too. Donna, Red Moon, Cross Watchers, subscribers, viewers, thank you for coming to Kiki's Doorway. If you like what you have seen and heard, please like, share with others this video, and subscribe. You're welcome, Donna. I love you guys. If you're looking for a personal reading, look in the description box below. It will have my Gmail there. If you would like to donate, go to the About page. It has a PayPal at the bottom. Any amount is a blessing to me. It gives me further to travel to the destination that we have to take together. So I'll be giving a video on the steps that I had to make with you guys. So you know that we're not alone in this. We're together on this, okay? Yes, hit that like button, guys. Hit that bell. Yes, so you get the next notification, because we're going to go abroad. We're going to go outside. So a lot of times I'm going to be doing the readings outside, because now we got to travel, right? We got to travel. So now it's not going to be in the house. Sometimes it's going to be outside, it seems. Hey, that's what the cards say. That's what's going to make us feel satisfied and well fed. It's from our travels. Yeah, so hit that like button. Thank you guys. I love you so much. We will see you on the other side.